Gloria. I'm Gloria, and today I want to share with you a very delicious brisket. It's going to be in the oven and it's going to be marinated in chipotle sauce. I know that you are going to love it and enjoy it in this summer. But first things first, my apron is on, my hands are clean, and I am ready to show you my ingredients. My ingredients. I have here cinnamon sticks, bay leaves, allspice, cumin, garlic cloves, salt, oregano, marjoram, and I have the chili pots here. I have guajillo chili pots and pasilla chili pots, 1 onion, and of course our pork meat. Let's get ready. Let's start this delicious adobo at home and enjoy it with our family. I want to start by making my adobo. I have my chipotle here and I am going to add it to my blender. Remember, if you don't like spicy food, you could just add 1 or 2 to this mixture. I'm going to go ahead and start adding all the spices in here because we're going to go ahead and blend them completely. We want to make a very thick paste. This is going to cover completely the brisket. We're not going to add any water, just like this. So let's blend it for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, this is done. Let me show you how this is gonna look. I have my briskets here, and look at this. They are nice and thick, yet they have a lot of marbling inside. I'm just gonna remove the fat that is right on the edge. We want to make sure to remove as much as we can. I don't want this brisket to come out very oily. I want it nice and tender and crispy from the outside. So I'm just removing the excessive lard that it has on the edges. Like this side right here. Take your time. Take it off and you'll see what delicious brisket you're going to enjoy with your family. Okay, this is completely done. I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. And here I'm going to start adding the adobo. Right on the top, we want to use our hands because we want to mix in all the adobo perfectly in all the little crevices of the meat. And then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. As you can see, I'm not going to add any liquids, only the adobo sauce. And we want to make sure that we add everything and all those little crevices. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the adobo I have in my blender. That's why I'm using gloves to make it much more easier for me and get everything out and cover the brisket completely. Best tools are our hands. So just mixing it really good in there. With all this adobo, the meat is going to lose their juices and then they're going to absorb it again. But the meat will come out so tender and so delicious. Just make sure that everything is nice and rubbed in. Look at this. I want to show it to you so that you could see that everything is completely covered with the adobo sauce. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and cover it with foil paper. I'm going to cover it and put it in the refrigerator for at least 1 hour, 1 to 2 hours. I'm going to leave mine for 1 hour and then I'm going to put it in the oven. So let's take it to the refrigerator and let it rest and absorb all those delicious flavors. 1 hour has passed and I added it already to my oven. And look, I'm gonna add to 400 Fahrenheit for about 2 hours. We're gonna leave it here and come back in 2 hours and see how this is looking. 2 hours have passed, and let me get it out of the oven and let me show you how this looks. Look at this. It's nice and juicy, all those flavors. It's really nice and tender now. I could even push it down and it'll bounce up. It's really, the flavors are really going to go in there. What I'm gonna do now is that I'm going to go ahead and just put it back in the oven for about 1 hour, but I'm not gonna cover it anymore. So I'm putting it back for 1 hour. And then I'll see you back in an hour when it's nice and crispy from the very top. 1 hour has passed and I want to show it to you. Look how this looks. The adobo is really nice and crispy from the outside. The brisket looks really good. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to flip it over so all those juices will get into the meat and will get really, really soft. Look at this. I want to show it to you so that you see how crispy it is from the outside. It's not burnt at all. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip it. There's still a lot of juices in there, and as you can see, the meat is already nice and tender. I'm going to flip both pieces and I'm going to put it back in the oven for 1 more hour, and then this is completely done. So let's put it back in the oven and I'll see you back in an hour. Look at this. 1 more hour and this is going to be done. Now I am ready to start with my onion and my cilantro. I want to go ahead and rinse it completely, making sure that I clean them really good in running water. And I'm going to do the same thing with the cilantro. So I am ready when the brisket comes out of the oven. I'm going to go ahead, and this is done. I'm going to go ahead and start with my lime. I'm just going to cut it in 4 pieces because I'm going to enjoy this brisket in tacos. So I added some lime. I'm going to start cutting my cilantro, and I'm taking the edges off. And I want to cut it really small, really small, because I want to add it to my taco. And now I have my scallions here. I'm removing only the tip, and I'm going to do the same thing. We want to cut them in very small pieces. Okay, 1 hour has passed, and look how my briskets look. Really crispy. There's still enough juice on the bottom, but this is completely done. What I'm going to do now, I wanted to show it to you. Now I'm ready to start preparing my tortillas. My comal is hot, and I'm gonna add 2 tortillas, and I am ready for the presentation. So I'll see you in a bit. Done with this brisket. This brisket is so soft but yet crispy from the outside. I added cebolla, cilantro, and a little bit of lime, and I made myself some tacos. Let's see how this came out, because you know this is the part I love, I enjoy, and I really look forward tasting my recipe. Excuse me. The meat is so tender, amazing. This is just perfection in a taco. My friends, I hope you can make this delicious brisket at home. Enjoy it with your family. If you don't like too much spicy food, just add a couple of chipotles. That's it. But this really came out delicious and amazing. And of course, with a watermelon lemonade, even better. You already have it on my channel. If you liked and loved my recipe, please don't forget to subscribe, give me thumbs up, share my video on social media so more people get to know Cooking with Gloria. Don't forget to push the notification bell, and if you did already, leave it activated so every time I make a new recipe, yes, you are notified. Before I say I see you soon, I wish you nothing but the best. Peace and love. And of course, I will stay enjoying this delicious brisket tacos. Bye-bye.